Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Picture yourself standing at the crossroads of your life. You've faced challenges, endured hardships, and wrestled with doubts. Yet, in the midst of all that, there is something greater, something magnificent waiting for you. What if I told you that your breakthrough, your divine destiny, is closer than you think? And what if, just perhaps, the one person who will change everything for you is already on their way? Today I want to speak to you about the powerful truth that God is sending a wealthy soulmate into your life. Not just someone to stand by your side, but someone who will uplift you, transform you, and even relocate you to your next level. This is no mere coincidence. This is the divine plan unfolding before you. Divine partnerships are not accidental occurrences. They are carefully orchestrated by God as part of a higher divine plan. When we speak of partnerships in this context, we are not merely referring to friendships or casual relationships. Rather, we are talking about divine, life-altering connections that God has meticulously arranged for us to move toward our purpose, destiny, and divine assignment. These partnerships are a pivotal part of God's strategy for bringing us closer to His will and His plan for our lives. The Bible teaches us that God is a God of order, and He never does things by chance. Every detail of our lives, including the relationships we form, is part of His divine design. It is no coincidence that you meet the people you meet, and it is no accident that some people come into your life at the exact time you need them. God, in His infinite wisdom, has a purpose for every person who crosses your path. And when it comes to significant partnerships, especially with someone who will uplift you and change your life, God is working behind the scenes to bring this person into your life at the exact right moment. In the Bible, we see examples of divine partnerships throughout Scripture. One such example is the relationship between Ruth and Boaz. Ruth, a widow from Moab, found herself in a foreign land, struggling to survive after the loss of her husband. Yet God had a divine plan for her life. Ruth didn't know it at the time, but her decision to stay with her mother-in-law Naomi and to follow her back to Bethlehem set in motion a chain of events that would lead her to Boaz, a wealthy landowner. Boaz in turn was also part of God's divine plan for Ruth's restoration and the fulfillment of her destiny. This partnership between Ruth and Boaz wasn't just about love or companionship. It was about a divine purpose being fulfilled. God used Boaz not only to restore Ruth's financial situation, but also to bring her into the lineage of King David and eventually the lineage of Jesus Christ. What seemed like a simple, practical relationship was in fact a divine partnership orchestrated by God to fulfill a much greater purpose. Another example can be found in the relationship between Esther and Mordecai. Esther, a Jewish orphan, was chosen by God to become the queen of Persia at a time when her people were facing annihilation. While Esther was in the palace, Mordecai, her older cousin and guardian, remained outside the palace walls, guiding her and watching over her from afar. God used Mordecai's wisdom and insight to instruct Esther in the ways of the kingdom, and when the time came, Mordecai's guidance helped Esther take bold steps to save her people. Mordecai's role in Esther's life wasn't just a familial one. It was a divine partnership meant to protect and uplift Esther, ultimately allowing her to fulfill her God-ordained purpose. Just as Ruth's relationship with Boaz was part of God's divine plan, Esther's partnership with Mordecai was equally significant in the unfolding of God's purpose. These examples highlight the truth that divine partnerships are not random. They are carefully planned by God. You may be going through life wondering if certain relationships are meaningful or if they hold any significance in your destiny. However, when we understand that God is the orchestrator of every part of our lives, including the people He brings into our lives, we can start to see that every encounter has purpose and meaning. Relationships are not just for companionship or enjoyment. They are part of the divine strategy to bring us to the place God wants us to be. When we consider the idea of God sending a wealthy soulmate into our lives, we must recognize that this individual is part of His divine plan to bring us to the next level in our lives. A wealthy soulmate, as we mentioned earlier, is not limited to financial wealth, but refers to a person who carries resources, emotional, spiritual, and practical, that are crucial to our growth. God does not send people into our lives just to fill a void. He sends them with purpose. The right person at the right time will provide the strength, wisdom, and encouragement needed to help us reach the next step in our journey. This divine connection is meant to uplift us, push us beyond our current limitations, and bring us into alignment with our divine purpose. God's provision often comes through people. Just as Ruth was provided for through Boaz and Esther's destiny was linked to Mordecai, you too will experience divine partnerships that carry with them the wisdom, strength, and support needed to accomplish your God-given purpose. This partnership could come in many forms, whether it's a business partner, a spouse, a mentor, or a friend. What matters is that this person is divinely assigned to help you achieve what you could not achieve alone. We can sometimes struggle with the idea of divine partnerships because we often look at people based on their external characteristics or immediate benefits. We focus on what they can offer us in the moment, but we fail to see the deeper spiritual connection that has been ordained by God. When God sends someone into your life, they are not just there to meet your immediate needs or to offer you temporary comfort. They are there to be a vital part of your long-term destiny. And just like Ruth's story, the full impact of this partnership may not always be visible in the beginning. Sometimes God's plan is revealed only over time as you walk in faith and obedience. As you stand at the threshold of what God has for you, it is important to remember that divine partnerships are not accidental. When God sends a wealthy soulmate, He is sending someone with divine resources that will help elevate you, fulfill your purpose, and propel you toward your destiny. These partnerships may come in unexpected forms, but if you trust in God's plan and timing, you will see how perfectly these connections fit into His larger design for your life. Every step, every person, and every relationship is part of a bigger picture, one that you may not fully understand yet, but that will unfold as you continue to walk in faith. It is through these divine partnerships that God moves us closer to the fullness of our destiny. Just as He carefully orchestrated the lives of Ruth, Boaz, Esther, and Mordecai, He is orchestrating yours. The people you meet, the relationships you form, and the divine connections you make are not by chance. They are all part of God's grand design to move you into the fullness of your potential and purpose. And so when God sends someone into your life to uplift you and partner with you, do not take that relationship for granted. It is part of His divine purpose. And you can trust that it is leading you toward the greatness He has prepared for you. You are the chosen one, and this truth is foundational to understanding the power of divine partnerships and how they shape your journey. The idea that you are chosen is not just a passing sentiment or a phrase for comfort. It is a declaration of identity and purpose. The realization that God has selected you for a specific purpose is transformative, and it holds the key to understanding your divine potential and the power of your relationships. When we say you are chosen, it means that God has not only created you with unique gifts, talents, and calling, but has specifically positioned you for greatness. You were not born by accident. You did not arrive in this world without reason or purpose. There is a plan for your life, and that plan is far greater than what you may initially perceive. You are a part of a larger divine story, one that stretches back through history and continues into eternity. God's plan for you is one of empowerment, purpose, and greatness. And the understanding of this is the starting point for everything else in your life. The concept of being chosen is present throughout Scripture. The story of the Israelites, for example, is a story of God's chosen people. God chose the descendants of Abraham to be a nation that would represent Him to the world. He selected them not because they were the mightiest or the most powerful, but because He wanted to demonstrate His glory through them. Even when the Israelites faced hardships, doubts, and periods of disobedience, God's choice remained steadfast. He was committed to His covenant with them, and He would use them to bring about His purpose on earth. This concept of being chosen is not limited to the Old Testament. In the New Testament, we see that every believer is chosen by God for a specific purpose, to be a light in a dark world and to fulfill a divine destiny. When you understand that you are chosen, you understand that your life has inherent worth, meaning, and value. Your existence is not just a fleeting moment in time. It is part of God's eternal design. This truth that you are chosen also means that God has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill the purpose He has set before you. You are not chosen to fail. You are chosen to succeed. You are chosen to overcome every obstacle, to conquer every fear, and to break every barrier that stands in your way. You are chosen to rise above the limitations of your circumstances and to fulfill a higher calling. God does not choose people who are destined to live average lives. No, He chooses people to do extraordinary things. He chooses people to change the world, to influence nations, and to make a lasting impact in the lives of others. Understanding that you are chosen changes the way you view your challenges. When you face difficulties in your journey, you can approach them with a sense of confidence, knowing that God has already prepared you for what lies ahead. You are not facing challenges alone. God is with you, and He has already placed within you the tools, the strength, and the wisdom needed to navigate whatever comes your way. This understanding of being chosen also means that you are never without purpose. Even in moments of uncertainty or when things seem difficult, you can rest assured that God has a plan for your life and He will guide you every step of the way. The idea of being chosen is not just about your individual purpose. It is also about the people that God will bring into your life to help you fulfill that purpose. You are not meant to walk this journey alone. God has chosen people to walk alongside you, to encourage you, to challenge you, and to help you reach your full potential. These people are not just random individuals who cross your path. They are divinely appointed by God to help you fulfill your destiny. As you embrace the reality that you are chosen, you will begin to recognize the people who have been strategically placed in your life to help elevate you, to support you, and to move you forward. One of the most powerful ways that God fulfills His divine purpose for your life is through these divine partnerships. These partnerships are not merely coincidental or accidental. They are part of God's plan to equip and elevate you. When God sends someone into your life to help you fulfill your purpose, that person is often sent with unique gifts, talents, and resources that complement yours. The right people will bring out the best in you. They will push you to grow, help you navigate challenges, and provide the resources you need to move forward. These divine partnerships are essential for your growth and success. You were not meant to accomplish everything on your own. You were designed for connection, for collaboration, and for partnership. When you embrace the idea that God has chosen you for greatness, God has carefully positioned people in your life who will help you rise to your destiny. These divine partnerships are meant to empower you, not to limit you. The people God sends your way will see your potential, believe in your vision, and help you bring that vision to fruition. They will be your encouragers, your mentors, your collaborators, and your supporters. These partnerships are meant to elevate you, to help you break free from limitations, and to help you move into the fullness of your potential. The right people will help you step into the destiny that God has prepared for you. As you begin to recognize that you are the chosen one, you will also begin to see how everything in your life aligns with God's greater purpose. You will begin to understand that the challenges you have faced, the people you have encountered, and the experiences you have had were all part of God's divine plan to bring you to this point. You are where you are today because God has been guiding you every step of the way, preparing you for the next phase of your journey. And as you continue to walk in faith, you will begin to see the greater picture unfold. You will see the divine partnerships that God has already arranged. And you will see how these relationships will help you step into the fullness of your calling. Being chosen means that you have a unique role to play in God's kingdom. It means that you are part of a bigger story, a divine narrative that is far beyond your individual life. Your purpose is not just about you. It is about the impact you will make in the lives of others, the legacy you will leave, and the transformation that will occur through your obedience to God's call. You are chosen to influence, to lead, to serve, and to make a difference in the world. And as you walk in this truth, you will find that every step you take will lead you closer to the fulfillment of the divine plan God has set before you. This understanding of being chosen also comes with a deep sense of responsibility. When you know that you are chosen for greatness, you must also recognize that your actions, your decisions, and your words have the power to impact the world around you. You are not simply living for yourself. You are living for a greater purpose. You are living to fulfill God's plan. And that plan is one that will bring transformation, healing, and restoration to the world. As you embrace this truth, you will find yourself walking with a sense of purpose, a sense of confidence, and a sense of divine empowerment that will carry you through every season of your life. The moment you realize that you are the chosen one, your perspective on life changes. You begin to see every opportunity, every challenge, and every relationship as part of God's divine plan to fulfill His purpose in and through you. You are no longer bound by fear, doubt, or insecurity. You walk with the confidence that comes from knowing that you are chosen for greatness and that God is with you every step of the way. This is the power of knowing that you are the chosen one. Relocation in a spiritual and personal sense is more than just a physical move from one location to another. It involves a profound shift in your mindset, in your environment, and ultimately in the direction of your life. When God sends you a wealthy soulmate who is destined to uplift you, this relocation represents a divine shift that will take you to places you could never have imagined. It is a relocation not just of your body, but of your soul, your heart, and your future. It is an elevation that moves you from one level of existence to another, transforming every area of your life. This relocation is often the catalyst that launches you into the fullness of your purpose and potential. The relocation that occurs when God brings a wealthy soulmate into your life is often a process of transformation that happens gradually, sometimes without you even realizing it. It's not just about changing locations, whether that's moving to a new city, country, or even a new place in your career or spiritual journey. It's about stepping into a new dimension of growth and understanding. The people you encounter during this relocation are not there by accident. They are divine connections meant to propel you forward. The shift is not just external, but also internal. God is preparing you for a life that you've only dreamed of. And this process requires a deep transformation of your inner being. When we think of relocation, we often associate it with the idea of moving from one physical place to another, but in reality, God's relocation involves far more than just the logistics of moving to a new home or job. It's about being transported from a place of stagnation or limitation into a place of abundance and opportunity. It's about shifting from a mindset of lack and fear to one of abundance and faith. It's about going from merely surviving to thriving. This relocation takes place in your heart, in your spirit, and in your thoughts. When God begins to orchestrate this shift in your life, it's not just a matter of changing your surroundings. He is repositioning you for greatness, opening doors that you could never open on your own, and aligning your life with His greater purpose for you. The wealthy soulmate that God is sending is not just a partner who will stand by your side physically, but one who will partner with you in a deeper, more profound way. They will help you see your potential and encourage you to rise above the limitations you've placed on yourself. The relocation in this case is not just about a change of scenery, but about a radical shift in your personal and spiritual development. This partner will come alongside you, helping you to reach your goals and move into a new realm of possibilities. It's a partnership that challenges you to step into your full potential, to rise above your fears, and to believe that what God has for you is greater than anything you could ever imagine. When God brings a wealthy soulmate into your life, the relocation process is also about shifting the narrative of your life. Many of us have grown up with limiting beliefs, whether they're about our worth, our capabilities, or our future. But God is in the business of changing narratives. The relocation He orchestrates in your life is one where you leave behind old mindsets and beliefs that have kept you bound. As you enter into a new partnership, you begin to see yourself differently. The lies that once held you captive lose their power, and you start to believe in the truth of who you are. A chosen, anointed, and empowered child of God, destined for greatness. This new narrative becomes the foundation for the new direction God is taking you. A key element of this relocation is the transformational effect it has on your life. The wealthy soulmate God sends will be someone who will challenge you to think differently, to act with more confidence, and to step out of your comfort zone. They will encourage you to take risks and to pursue dreams you may have thought were out of reach. As you move into this new season, you will begin to recognize the limitations you've been living under and realize that they were never part of God's plan for your life. This shift in your thinking, in your beliefs, and in your actions will open up new doors of opportunity. The relocation is not just a change in your environment, it's a complete transformation of your life. You will look back at your old self and realize just how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how much you've accomplished with the support of the partner God has sent to help you along the way. This relocation also represents a realignment of your priorities. When God brings someone into your life to help elevate you, the things that once seemed important may no longer hold the same value. The wealthy soulmate you are connected to will encourage you to focus on the things that truly matter: your purpose, your legacy, and the impact you will make on the world. This relationship will refocus your attention on what God has called you to do, rather than the distractions and pursuits that once seemed urgent but were ultimately unfulfilling. As you move forward together, you will find that your priorities are aligned with the divine purpose God has set before you. In the process of relocation, God will also provide you with new opportunities that you could never have imagined on your own. The wealthy soulmate He sends will often have access to resources, networks, and opportunities that can open doors for you. These opportunities may not have been available to you before, but with the right partnership, they are now within reach. This is part of God's divine plan to propel you into the next phase of your life. As you step into this new season, the relocation you experience will bring you into positions of influence, success, and impact that align with your divine destiny. It is important to note that this relocation is not always easy. Change, even when it's for the better, can be uncomfortable. Stepping out of your old life and into a new season requires courage, faith, and trust in God's plan. But the key to navigating this relocation successfully is to trust that God knows what He's doing. He is the orchestrator of every step, and His plans for you are always for good. When you embrace the relocation He has planned for you, you are not just stepping into a new season of life. You are stepping into a higher calling, a greater purpose, and a deeper relationship with God. And through it all, He will guide you and provide for you, ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of your divine destiny. This relocation, whether it's a shift in mindset, environment, or spiritual growth, is part of God's perfect timing for your life. It's a move that is designed to bring you into alignment with His purpose for you and to open doors that you could never open on your own. The wealthy soulmate He sends is not just a companion. They are a partner in your relocation, helping to move you into a higher level of success, peace, and fulfillment. Together, you will embark on a journey that leads to greater fulfillment, divine purpose, and destiny. As you embrace this divine relocation, you will experience the fullness of God's plan for your life and see how He has been orchestrating every detail to bring you to this moment. When we speak of the divine alignment that brings about the meeting of two souls, we are talking about a powerful and intentional act of God. This is not a random or haphazard event, but one that is carefully designed with purpose, precision, and love. The alignment that occurs when God sends a wealthy soulmate into your life is no accident. It is a divine arrangement that is meant to catapult you to new heights. It is a partnership that will not only change the course of your life, but will also align you with the divine purposes that God has ordained for you from the beginning of time. These partnerships are designed to create synergy, combining your strengths with the strengths of your soulmate, so that together you can accomplish far more than you ever could on your own. Divine alignment is about positioning you in the right place at the right time, with the right person for the right purpose. When you are in alignment with God's will, everything falls into place. This means that the wealthy soulmate that God sends to uplift you is not merely someone who complements your personality or shares similar interests. They are someone who will help align you with your divine calling. Their presence in your life will encourage you to step into your purpose and fulfill the destiny that God has planned for you. This alignment doesn't just happen overnight. It is a process that unfolds over time. It requires patience, trust, and a willingness to surrender to God's plan for your life. The wealthy soulmate God sends is meant to complement and enhance your life in ways that you cannot do alone. This individual will have specific qualities, skills, and resources that will fill the gaps in your life and help you grow into the person you are meant to become. They will offer support, encouragement, and guidance, pushing you to reach higher levels in your career, your spiritual walk, and your personal development. They will be a source of strength when you feel weak, a voice of reason when you face confusion, and a reminder of God's promises when you experience doubt. Their role in your life is not just to be a companion or a partner in the traditional sense, but to help align your life with the greater purpose God has for you. In doing so, they will enable you to achieve things you never thought possible. God's divine alignment is also about timing. There are moments in life that feel as though everything is aligned perfectly, and this is often the moment when God orchestrates a powerful connection between you and your soulmate. The timing is never accidental. The relationships that God arranges in our lives come at the precise moment we need them most. Just as a seed must be planted in the right soil at the right time for it to grow, so too must our relationships be cultivated in the proper season. When God brings your wealthy soulmate into your life, it will be at the moment when you are ready to receive them, when your heart is prepared, and when the circumstances of your life are ripe for the changes that will come. The timing of this divine alignment is an act of God's sovereignty, ensuring that the partnership you form will bear fruit in the season of life you are in. This alignment is also deeply connected to your own personal growth. You cannot experience this divine partnership unless you are prepared to grow. Before God sends the right person into your life, He often works on your heart, mind, and spirit. He prepares you to receive the kind of love, encouragement, and support that you need to thrive. This personal preparation is an essential part of divine alignment because you must be aligned with God first in order to align with the right person. God wants to shape your character, refine your attitudes, and align your desires with His. As you grow closer to Him, He positions you to be in the right place, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, to enter into the kind of partnership that will elevate you both. You cannot align with someone else until you have first allowed God to align you with His will. This process of growth and preparation ensures that when the time comes for you to meet your soulmate, you will be able to handle the challenges and blessings that come with such a transformative relationship. Divine alignment also impacts your worldview. It opens your eyes to the bigger picture of your life and helps you to see beyond your immediate circumstances. The wealthy soulmate that God sends to uplift you will not just bring material blessings or financial stability into your life. They will bring a new perspective, a fresh vision for the future, and a deeper understanding of God's plan. Their influence in your life will broaden your horizons and encourage you to think beyond your personal needs and desires. As you align with this person, you will begin to see how your purpose fits into the greater narrative of God's kingdom and how your actions will impact others. This new perspective will cause you to see the world in a different light, one that is focused on divine purpose and kingdom priorities rather than just personal gain. The relationship with your wealthy soulmate will help you understand that your life is part of something much larger than yourself, and that your success is meant to bring glory to God and bless others along the way. The beauty of divine alignment is that it doesn't just impact you and your soulmate, it also impacts the world around you. As you align with the person God has chosen for you, you both will be positioned to make a significant impact in the lives of others. Your partnership will enable you to serve, to give, and to spread the love of God in ways that you could not do alone. Together you will be able to reach people, influence communities, and create a legacy that will last long after you are gone. This divine alignment will empower both of you to walk in your purpose and to work together for the greater good. The alignment you experience in your relationship will radiate outward, touching the lives of those around you and drawing others closer to God. When you understand the power of divine alignment, you can begin to see every relationship in your life as part of God's greater plan. Not every relationship is meant to be a divine partnership. But when God sends the right person into your life, you will know it. The wealthy soulmate He sends will not only elevate you, but will also encourage you to elevate others. This alignment brings a new sense of purpose and direction, and as you walk in it, you will experience the fullness of the life God has destined for you. You will find that your partnership becomes a powerful tool for advancing God's kingdom and fulfilling the dreams He has placed in your heart. The impact you make together will be far greater than the sum of what you could do alone. This is the power of divine alignment. It transforms your life, shapes your future, and allows you to partner with God in a way that brings glory to Him and blessings to others. As you embrace the divine alignment that God is orchestrating in your life, you will discover that everything begins to fall into place. Your heart, your mind, your actions, and your relationships will begin to align with God's purpose for you. And as this alignment unfolds, you will experience a profound sense of peace, confidence, and fulfillment that comes from knowing you are walking in God's will. Your wealthy soulmate sent to uplift and encourage you will be the catalyst for this alignment. And together you will embark on a journey that leads to the fulfillment of your God-ordained destiny. The alignment is not just a one-time event. It is a continual process that will shape your life and your legacy for years to come. When we talk about a wealthy soulmate who is sent by God to uplift you, we are not just speaking about financial wealth or material abundance, but a deeper, more profound richness that speaks to the fullness of life, joy, and purpose. This wealth that your soulmate brings into your life is not just about what they can give you in the material sense. It's about the wealth of wisdom, knowledge, spiritual depth, and emotional support that they bring. This wealth will elevate your understanding of who you are and how you should walk in your divine purpose. The richness they bring into your life will create a foundation upon which you can build not just a successful life, but a legacy that extends far beyond yourself. This wealth is transformative because it invites you into a life of abundance in every area, spiritually, emotionally, relationally, and financially. The wealthy soulmate God sends will open doors that were previously closed to you. They will bring with them a wealth of experience and opportunities that will expand your horizons. Sometimes the doors to success are not unlocked by our own efforts alone, but by the right relationships and partnerships. The soulmate will help you to see opportunities that you may have missed on your own. Their connections, resources, and knowledge will propel you forward into new realms of possibility. Whether it's a new career opportunity, an entrepreneurial venture, or a personal breakthrough, the wealth they bring will not only open doors for you, but will also help you step confidently through them. The partnership is one of mutual growth, where both of you are constantly lifting each other to higher heights. The wealth your soulmate brings is about creating a synergistic effect that amplifies the potential within both of you. Wealth in this context also refers to spiritual riches that come with walking in alignment with God's purpose for your life. Your wealthy soulmate will encourage you to step deeper into your spiritual journey, helping you understand your divine calling more clearly. They will challenge you to grow in ways that you never thought possible, pushing you to seek God more fervently, to develop your spiritual gifts, and to walk in the fullness of your destiny. This wealth is about becoming spiritually rich in wisdom, discernment, and understanding of God's will for your life. They will help you align your actions with your values, and together you will build a life that reflects the glory of God. In this way, the wealth of your soulmate is not just a blessing for your life, but a tool to help you grow closer to God and fulfill your ultimate purpose. Emotional wealth is another crucial aspect of what your wealthy soulmate brings to the table. So often we find ourselves emotionally drained or stuck in unhealthy patterns of thinking and behaving. But when God sends the right person into your life, they will uplift you emotionally in ways you never imagined. They will be a source of encouragement, helping you build emotional resilience and offering support when life gets difficult. The wealthy soulmate will be a partner who helps you process your emotions, heal from past wounds, and grow in emotional intelligence. They will offer you a safe space to express your fears, desires, and dreams, and together you will navigate life's challenges with a sense of unity and love. Their emotional support will strengthen your inner foundation, giving you the courage to step into your full potential. With this emotional wealth, you will begin to view yourself in a new light, confident, secure, and capable of achieving whatever God has placed on your heart. In addition to spiritual, emotional, and relational wealth, there is also a financial dimension that cannot be overlooked. A wealthy soulmate can bring about a financial shift in your life, not just through their own resources, but by inspiring and guiding you toward greater financial wisdom and stewardship. God's intention in sending a wealthy soulmate is often to elevate you in every area of life, including finances. Your soulmate may have the knowledge and experience to help you make better financial decisions, invest wisely, and develop a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. They may encourage you to think outside the box when it comes to creating wealth, whether through investments, business ventures, or partnerships. Together you will create financial stability and abundance that will support both your dreams and the dreams of those you wish to bless. The wealth they bring to your life is not just about material comfort, but about creating a life that is sustained by good stewardship, wise decisions, and a commitment to using your resources for greater purposes. This financial wealth is not just a blessing for you as an individual, but also for the kingdom of God. When God sends a wealthy soulmate into your life, it is often with the intention of using that wealth for a higher purpose. God has a plan to use your combined resources to impact the world, bless others, and build a legacy that reflects His goodness and glory. The financial wealth you share with your soulmate will enable you to give generously to causes that matter, support ministries and charitable endeavors, and create opportunities for others to experience the same kind of blessings you've received. This wealth, when used in alignment with God's will, becomes a tool for advancing His kingdom and making a difference in the lives of those who are less fortunate. Together, you and your soulmate will be able to create a ripple effect of blessings that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Beyond the material, emotional, and spiritual wealth, the wealth your soulmate brings is also about the elevation of your mindset. Many people are limited in their thinking, believing that their circumstances define their future or that their past failures will prevent them from achieving greatness. But the wealthy soulmate sent by God will encourage you to think bigger, to dream without limits, and to act with boldness. They will help you to break free from the chains of fear, self-doubt, and insecurity that have held you back in the past. With their support, you will be able to see yourself as God sees you, not as someone defined by past mistakes or circumstances, but as someone called to do great things in His name. This shift in mindset will open up new realms of possibility for both of you. You will start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and you will have the confidence to pursue those opportunities, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. As you walk this journey with your wealthy soulmate, you will begin to experience a depth of peace and contentment that surpasses understanding. The wealth they bring into your life will not just be an external blessing, it will fill you up internally, bringing fulfillment in ways that go beyond material gain. Your heart will be at peace, knowing that you are walking in God's plan for your life. Your relationship with your soulmate will become a source of strength, joy, and inspiration, not just for you, but for everyone who comes into contact with you. This wealth will overflow into every area of your life, creating a ripple effect of transformation that touches your family, your community, and even the world. The true wealth of the soulmate God sends to uplift you is not something you can measure with material goods or success alone. It is the wealth of transformation, spiritual, emotional, relational, and financial, that empowers you to step into the fullness of your destiny. As you partner with this individual, you will grow in ways you never thought possible. You will experience the power of divine alignment, where both your lives become intertwined in such a way that you fulfill God's purpose in a way that only you together could. The wealth they bring is not just to lift you up, but to bring you into a place where you can impact the world around you for good. The abundance they bring is an invitation to rise above your limitations, break through old barriers, and walk boldly into the future that God has planned for you. This wealth is not about what you gain, but about what you are called to give, and the legacy you are called to build. When we look at the concept of relocation as part of God's plan, it is crucial to understand that relocation isn't just about changing geographical locations. It is about a change in purpose, a shift in mindset, and a divine repositioning that aligns you with your destiny. God, in His infinite wisdom, knows that certain locations, whether physical or spiritual, have the capacity to either limit or expand your potential. Sometimes, in order to step into the fullness of your destiny, God may relocate you to a new place, whether it is a new city, a new community, or even a new circle of influence, because that is where He has ordained for you to fulfill His purpose for your life. This relocation is not just an external change, but an internal one as well. God uses the act of moving to reposition you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally so that you can grow and thrive in the way He has designed for you. Relocation in the context of the wealthy soulmate God sends is not about simply seeking new opportunities, but about stepping into the abundance that is aligned with your divine purpose. God knows that in order for you to achieve the success and fulfillment He has planned for you, you need to be in the right place at the right time. This place might not be where you currently are, or it may be a place that requires you to step out of your comfort zone, but it is a place where your potential can be fully realized. It's about understanding that your purpose is bigger than your current circumstances, and sometimes God uses relocation as a way of aligning you with a new season of life that will accelerate your growth and impact. The relocation that comes with the arrival of your wealthy soulmate is not just a physical move, but a move of alignment with God's greater purpose. It is often through this relocation that you are introduced to new opportunities that will push you toward your destiny. These opportunities are often hidden in places, people, and situations that you would never have encountered had you not been willing to embrace change. When God relocates you, He is positioning you in a place where you can not only thrive, but also be a blessing to others. You are not just being relocated for your own benefit, but so that you can have a greater impact on those around you. The change in location could mean a shift in your career, your relationships, or even your level of influence. This relocation is an invitation to move beyond your own limitations and see the world through the lens of God's purpose for your life. One of the most powerful aspects of relocation is that it often requires you to leave behind old ways of thinking, old habits, and old environments that no longer serve your purpose. It is easy to become comfortable in familiar surroundings, but God knows that staying in the same place for too long can cause stagnation. Sometimes we hold on to the past out of fear or uncertainty, not realizing that God has greater plans for us that require a bold step of faith. The relocation that God orchestrates is often a catalyst for growth because it challenges you to step out of your comfort zone and trust that He will guide you to where you need to be. This process is not always easy, but it is essential for your growth. In the same way that a seed must be planted in the right soil in order to grow, God moves you to the right environment where you can bloom and fulfill your potential. Your wealthy soulmate plays a crucial role in this relocation because they are the one who walks alongside you, encouraging you and supporting you as you navigate this new phase of life. The relocation that accompanies the arrival of your wealthy soulmate often brings a shift in perspective. When you are in a new environment, your view of the world changes. You begin to see things from a fresh vantage point, and this new perspective opens up opportunities for growth and success that you might not have seen before. Your wealthy soulmate brings with them a wealth of experience and wisdom that helps you navigate this new chapter in your life. Together, you begin to see the world in a different way, no longer confined by past limitations, but with a new sense of possibility. This shift in perspective is not just about external circumstances, but about your internal transformation. As you relocate and step into new opportunities, you begin to see yourself differently as well. You see yourself as someone capable of achieving greatness, someone who is worthy of the blessings God has in store for you. This new perspective is one of empowerment and faith, knowing that God has brought you to this place for a reason, and you are equipped to succeed. One of the most profound aspects of this relocation is that it aligns you with divine timing. Sometimes we may feel as though we are stuck in a certain place or situation, but God's timing is always perfect. He knows exactly when you are ready for the next step, and He knows when it is time for you to move into the next phase of your life. Your wealthy soulmate is a key part of this timing. God sends them into your life at the moment when you are ready to embrace the next step in your journey. This timing is not random. It is divinely orchestrated. The relocation is not just a random move. It is a move that aligns with God's perfect plan for your life. You may not always understand why things happen the way they do, but when you trust in God's timing, you can rest assured that the relocation is a step toward fulfilling your divine purpose. In the context of your wealthy soulmate, relocation also signifies a new chapter in your relationship. God uses the process of relocation to strengthen your bond and solidify your partnership. The challenges and growth that come with relocation bring you closer together as you learn to navigate this new chapter side by side. This partnership is one of mutual support where both of you help each other grow and step into the fullness of your potential. The relocation is not just about changing physical locations, but about changing your relationship with each other, growing deeper in love and understanding. Your wealthy soulmate plays a vital role in helping you adjust to the changes that come with relocation. They will be your support system, encouraging you when things feel uncertain and walking with you as you step into a new season of life. Relocation, therefore, is not just about changing your surroundings. It is about stepping into a new season of life, growth, and purpose. It is about aligning yourself with God's perfect plan for your life and allowing Him to position you where you need to be in order to fulfill your destiny. The wealthy soulmate that God sends is not just a person who will stand by your side. They are catalysts for transformation, helping you navigate this relocation with faith, courage, and trust in God's plan. The relocation process is not always easy, but it is a necessary step toward greater things. It is a move toward the abundant life that God has promised you. And with your soulmate by your side, you will be able to embrace the changes and opportunities that come with it. This relocation is the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where you can truly thrive, step into your purpose, and experience the fullness of the life God has designed for you. At the end, the relocation that God orchestrates for your life, especially when paired with the arrival of your wealthy soulmate, is not just a physical move but a divine repositioning. It is God's perfect plan to elevate you, expand your potential, and align you with your true purpose. This relocation is a shift in your environment, your mindset, and your spiritual alignment, pushing you to step beyond the limitations of your past and embrace the fullness of what God has in store. Your wealthy soulmate is not only a companion for this journey, but a catalyst for transformation, supporting you, uplifting you, and walking with you every step of the way. Together, you will thrive in new environments, see new opportunities, and create a life that reflects God's abundant blessings. Through the process of relocation, you will grow spiritually, emotionally, and even financially, all while walking in alignment with God's timing. The relocation is not just about changing locations, but about stepping into a new season of greater purpose and destiny, where you are equipped to fulfill the mission God has placed on your life. Trust in His plan, for it is designed for your ultimate good. When you embrace the movement that God initiates and the blessings that come with it, you step into a life of fulfillment, joy, and abundance. Together with your wealthy soulmate, you are positioned to impact the world and create a legacy that will endure for generations.